I'm assuming it's here. Okay. Hello, Tataru. How you been? I'm caring for the Scions. We've made more than a few allies. I'm sure they'll be of use in the future once everyone is back at safe and sound. Hi, Crow. Potatoes here. Old enemies, new threats. Crow is glad for your return, though it remains to be seen if she has glad tidings to share. Oh. Griffin, my, what a pleasant surprise. We've come to inquire after the Archons. Fear not. Master Matoya's treatment has proven effective in stabilizing their corporeal aether. We mustn't grow complacent, however. Potent though these magics may be, they are not without limits. We can only hope they afford us enough time for the Crystal Exarch to complete his work. If only we could go with you to the first knelt. Pardon the interruption, but I come bearing urgent news. Who dat? Oh, it's Maxima. Oh, so you're working with us now? Forgive me, I don't believe we've been formally introduced. Maxima, former Garlean ambassador. I remain here in Eorzea under the auspices of Commander Aldine, offering what counsel I can in the hopes of resolving the present conflict with the Empire. Okay, so you're working under Raban. Ah yes, I've heard stories of a defector from Garlemald, but never mind that. You said you have urgent news? Indeed, as you may have heard, the Imperial capital is in turmoil, and a sizable portion of the Garlean forces have been recalled from the Grimlit Dark. I remember that. With their numbers so greatly diminished, the main host of the Alliance has withdrawn, leaving Alamegan resistance to keep watch over the border. Okay, got it. And it is there we have welcomed the most unexpected visitor who claims that the de-escalation may belie a growing dangers and unforeseen threats. Okay. What? Gaius? I'm just staring there, no reaction. Commander Aldine has arranged for an impromptu meeting to discuss these revelations. He also requested a representative of the Scions attend as well, though it was clear to whom he wished I extend this invitation. Oh, little me. It would seem time is all of the essence. Well, you will be attending this meeting alone. Though I am not as well versed in the affairs of city-states as our comrades, I see no reason to burden a single Scion with all of this. Oh, you'll not be attending. Well, yeah, Alphano usually was the one that did all the mouth work for me. Yes, of course, then we must make for Alamegan quarter with all haste. Well, what are you waiting for? Get going, you two. Also, I can't talk, so I would make a pretty shitty representative. I do like that dress though, it's kinda hot. A little old-timey for my fashion taste, but I could dig it. Right, I'm gonna have to mute you guys for a sec, because all the binging is binging my ears. Great company. Turn it off. There you go. Alamegan quarter in the locks. I can totally teleport there. Okay, where to? Alright, Maxima. Commander Aldine awaits us in the Royal Palace if you'll follow me. It's Gaius. Coming to lecture me some more?
They're here, Commander.
And I, for one, am grateful that they are. Told you've been busy since our paths last crossed at the Gimlet Dark.
Oh, I've been through shit.
Not that I understand half of it. When the science spoke of other worlds, I struggled to describe what I pictured.
You know what, Raban? You don't even have to worry about it.
Mayhap things would seem clearer were I to hear the tale from your own lips. But I'm afraid the situation will not afford us that luxury. I trust you two require no introduction.
Sadly.
We meet again, hero of Eorzea.
I don't know why I'm about to...
Must we repeat this ridiculous display? I pose no threat to you, though what I come to warn you of very well might.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with Gaius. I'm like, just hold it. I know you hate the guy, but you know, there's no point in dealing with this shit anymore.
I hazard he would have kept to the shadows and brought more than 2 companions. We need not pretend to be the best of friends, but I hope we can put aside our differences for the present.
Dude, I am so over it. You need to get over it too.
As you are doubtless aware, Sir Estinian and I cooperated to rid the world of Black Rose in your absence.
Thank you.
Our journey together took us as far as the Imperial Palace, where we witnessed Emperor Varus meet his death at Xenos' hand. Being the sole witnesses to this crime, and in no position to defend our innocence, we were then forced to flee, each pursuing his own avenue of escape. When we were later reunited, Estinian claimed to have encountered an unfamiliar kind of machina during his flight, but to me his description seemed anything but, and upon further investigation I found that I was right.
Oh, you're kind of machina.
The Empire is developing a new Ultima weapon.
Bullshit.
What, that Allagan monstrosity, created to vanquish primals, with which you yourself once thought to conquer Eorzea?
Yeah, you know, oh, water under the bridge.
In my foolishness, I sought to harness its power, and became the Ascian's pawn in so doing. But you know as well as I how that tale ended.
You know, your voice now does not match that cartoony voice that you had before.
The weapon itself, excavated from beneath this very city, was destroyed ere we could fully unravel its secrets, and that should have been the end of it. But unlikely as it sounds, the Empire's efforts to recreate it have somehow borne fruit, primarily through secret research conducted by the 7th Imperial Legion, it would seem.
The 7th, you see how that correlates to the Final Fantasy series numbers?
Wait, the 7th was all but annihilated at Cartano, along with its legatus.
Wasn't the legatus like, what's his name, Darnus? Whatever his name was. The one that got fused with Bahamut.
Indeed. Few survived. The 7th, as it is now, has little in common with the Legion led by Vandanus, and its leadership has changed hands several times since. Precisely how this project has continued despite such turmoil, and under whose auspices, remains a mystery. What we do know, however, is that a number of prototypes have been produced, and that one of them is on its way to Eorzea. We attempted to stop it, but it was all we could do to slow its progress, so we resolved instead to bring you warning.
And right glad are we that you did, though it soundly dashed our hopes that tensions might ease at last.
As it is, we've begun to strengthen our presence in the Gimlet Dark, and are assembling a force to meet the coming threat. A force with you in its vanguard, I hope. Before you say anything, I know full well you have pressing concerns of your own. Your comrades remain in peril, and I would not ask you to forsake them. But the fact remains that you, and you alone, have faced the Ultima weapon, and emerged victorious. We need you.
Don't cry about it, Raban. I'll
when
get
the
it.
time comes, if your comrades can spare you, I bid you lend us your strength. I've assigned an officer to await your word.
The Ascian's downfall was to be the work of my remaining days. But it was my hand that kindled these flames, and I cannot allow them to spread any further. I will do what I must to see this mistake consigned to history once and for all. Even if it means begging your aid. The Fates will enjoy the irony, even as I endure the ignominy.
I too shall make for the border and offer my skills, meager though they seem in such company. Mayhap we shall meet there anon.
Though we can ill afford to ignore the coming of a new Ultima weapon, our friend's plight grows ever more precarious, and none save you can join them in the first.
Yeah, that's really tough. Man, that's being between a rock and a hard place right now.
I only hope you are not forced to make a choice.
I'm sure they'll be fine. I mean, when you think about it, if I let the Ultima weapon come through, they're gonna be in danger. Like, they may not die right away, but their bodies will not be here anymore. So... as ever, the way forward is paved with difficult decisions. We can ill afford to ignore the threat of a new Ultima weapon, but with each passing day, the plight of the science grows ever more perilous. If you cannot stay for a debriefing on the Ultima weapon, I will not stop you. I only ask that you confer with me before returning to the first. The way home. Pearl can see the steely resolve in your eyes, and you suspect she knows to where your duty calls you. I take it you're ready to return to the... Then I would ask you to appraise the others of the recent events here in the source, namely Xenos' return to the... and the development of a new Ultima weapon. As for their bodies, you may assure them Master Motoria and I will continue doing what we can to keep their corporeal aether stable. Safe travels, Griffin. I hope you and other science soon. I hope to see you and other science soon. Oh, there you go. Oh, it's so empty. Oh, it's just you and me. Sup, homie? Dude, I have been so busy trying to get this world really fixed up for you. Hey, how have you been doing? Here, I'm gonna pat you. Well, I can't see it. You've come at a most opportune time, my friend. I've made something of a breakthrough in my research on the soul and a means to return the Scions home. I trust you have been making good use of your time. Oh, yes, I have. Done a ton of shit. Ill tidings from the source. Well, that too, yeah. Then I will summon the others that we might all be appraised of the situation.
Now that we are all here, what news from the source? A new Ultima weapon. We must count ourselves lucky that Gaius has pledged his assistance.
Well, I've handled that.
While this is indeed a worrying development, I think the state of the Empire as a whole greater grounds for concern.
I think the state of Emperor. Okay.
With the Emperor slain and Xenos returned, it is impossible to predict how matters will unfold in Garlemald. The Ultima weapon may be but the first of many unpleasant surprises.
Yeah, that was a weird-ass thing to that just suddenly come out of nowhere.
The situation beareth closer observation, of that there is no doubt, and doth compound our need to return unto the source.
God, this is an unflattering angle. Thank you.
Then let us address that issue. Our long search for a means to see you safely home may well be nearing its conclusion.
Why does he look like he's got this fucking haughty ass smirk on his face?
Thanks in large part to Urianger and MacLeod's invaluable insight, we have succeeded in fashioning a vessel for the journey.
Vessel? Ooh, what? What that?
We set out to create a crystalline container retaining the more useful properties of white aurosite, but without its regrettable limitations. And after a good deal of trial and error, we made one. An ark for soul and mind both that will allow your incorporeal self in its entirety to be ferried between worlds. A spirit vessel, if you will. However...
And the catch?
However?
Though the vessel is possessed of the requisite qualities to hold mind and memory, it wanteth yet for a means to receive of them. For that, we must needs imbue it with the Exarch's innate gift.
A who what?
A gift that lives on only through the blood of the Allagan Emperors, which certainly does not flow within aurosite or any other crystal.
Just so, milady. The blood serveth as a conduit of sorts. In its absence, memory cannot pass from mind unto mind, nor from flesh unto crystal.
That being the case, we must either alter the process of inheritance so as to require no such thing, or determine a means by which my blood may permeate the vessel. I am hopeful that the records found within this tower will yield the knowledge we require to pursue one or the other of these avenues.
As well you should be. The Allagan's body of etherological research is extraordinary. I can scarce believe it the work of ages past. But its underlying principles are not so very different from those of my own field of study. Given time, we will find the answers we seek.
Yeah, but that's the catch, isn't it? Do we actually have the time?
I know that you can ill afford to wait, and it pains me that I must ask you to do so. I can only reaffirm my promise to you that a solution will be found. Whatever it takes, I will see you safely home.
Thank you!
My apologies.
Oh, it's...
I do hope you haven't come to tell us that mortal peril fast approaches.
No. I had hoped to speak with the Warrior of Darkness.
Oh, little me?
But
Yes.
there is no need to cut short your meeting on my account. I will be waiting outside.
I like all of their voices. I really like Becklug's voice.
Why not speak in here? She knows I don't mind. Unless she didn't want to.
Perhaps I might accompany you. Though I am woefully ill-qualified to assist in the Exarch's research, I may yet be of some use to Lyna.
I think I need to make my hair more reddish. It feels very cold. Give me this. Oh, now you're pondering what? It may simply be my imagination, but Lyna has been rather brisk with me of late. You don't suppose she's still upset over that mishap with the salmon fillet? What? Hey, MacLeod. Never have I seen such a repository of knowledge, a stark reminder what little we truly know of the world. Upon white aurosite's crystalline foundation, we have built not a prison but a refuge for the soul. Would that Moonbrida were here to see the wonders inspired by her research. Aww. Yes, I miss her too. Hello. To think we not only have Xenos to contend with once we return, but a new Ultima weapon as well. Why must all our enemies insist on returning from their graves? Yeah, you tell me. Being counsel. Must confess, while I enjoy my fair share of scholarly research, it will be good to step outside for a spot of fresh air. Now then, shall we go and speak with Lyna? Where's my other child, the daughter, the Alice? Oh, she's hanging out, trying to do some research. Amaring, I think. Where's Lyna? I suggest we hurry. Lyna does not strike me as one who enjoys being made to wait. We have little time, so I will be brief. A Sin Eater has been sighted in Lakeland, and I ask for your assistance in slaying it. Okay. Sin Eater? I had heard some few yet remained after the knight had returned, but perhaps we should call the others. That will not be necessary. It's only a single Sin Eater, a simple task for our guard, I should think. That said, I believe fighting alongside the Warrior of Darkness would be a valuable experience for them. Peace can lead to complacency, and they gain nothing from an easy victory. But you did not underestimate your foes, however harmless they may seem. My men would do well to learn from your example. Why not Alpha? Excuse you? I'm not about to let my child go unnecessarily into battle. Excellent, let's make for a fort job. The Sin Eaters that remain no longer have a leader to guide them, but they are no less dangerous. They cannot be suffered to live. You would wait here a moment, I will gather the others. May not remember, but you have met these soldiers once before, though only in passing. Long have they awaited the opportunity to fight at your side. I was at death's door that day after the Sin Eaters attack. If you and yours hadn't come along, I'd have lightly stepped through, and I wouldn't have been alone. Your courage and selflessness is something we will aspire to. I too was there that terrible day. My friend was transformed into a Sin Eater before my very eyes, and I had no choice but to cut her down. The thought of returning to the field or holding a blade again, it filled me with dread. But that is no way to honor her or my comrades, and so I have returned. I swear I will not let you or anyone else down from this day forward. I think I might have remembered you. Pleasure to meet you, miss. Truly, it seems like only yesterday I watched as you took flight astride in Amaro to go and save the Oracle. Strange to think Gilmorian soldiers we once locked blades with are now on our side, but we will do our utmost to keep the peace here in Lakeland. We seem to be missing one. Huh? My apologies, Captain Lyna. An elderly gentleman asked that I escort him to Clear Melt. It took longer than I anticipated. I'm not begrudge your desire to help those in need, but a soldier must be punctual, especially when we play host to honored guests. Won't happen again. The name's Taylor. I'm sure you don't remember, but we met once before in the infirmary. Were you the guy that told me that your friend was dead and then you gave me that heartfelt message to the Exarch? Yeah, I think that's you. Yeah, that's it. Little did I know I was already talking to her. Don't give up, don't give in. I kept those words close to my heart, and the boundless beautiful skies above served as a reminder of their importance. The friend I got to see the knight's return shortly before he passed. He left this world with a smile, satisfied that with a glimpse of what was to come. There are countless others who weren't so fortunate. Kind of have, what's his face? Ardbridge's face. They gave their lives for the promise of a future they'll never know, and so it falls to us to do everything we can to fulfill that promise. No matter what happens, we won't give up, we won't give in. Good words, dude. Your heroism has inspired has inspired of all of our guardsmen in much the same manner. Our scouts at the northern staging point have not had the pleasure of meeting you in person. Let us not keep them waiting. What the hell is this? This is what? Oh, this is one of those chimera things, I think. I think, didn't I see this in the 79 dungeon? I don't know. I hadn't seen him with my own eyes. If I hadn't seen him with my own eyes, I'd have sworn it was you who killed that Sin Eater. Oh, it's dead already? But it's still there, it didn't disappear into ether.
Did you slay this Eater? Your orders were to await the main force before engaging.
No, Captain. It wasn't us, I swear it. A man came out of nowhere and cut it down before we knew what was happening.
By himself? Certainly it is no Light Warden, but nevertheless.
It's true. Felled it with a single swing of his axe, he did. Never seen anything like it. So I says to him, who are you, the warrior of bleeding darkness?
He says
And
yes.
He says no. I'm a warrior of light. And that was it. Buggered off as quick as he came.
A warrior of light?
Why would someone go around calling himself that, though? It was those bastards who caused the flood. I mean, if you were going to pretend to be anyone, it'd be her. The warrior of darkness.
Whoa.
Oh, I didn't know.
Whoa.
It's an honor.
I want to touch your body. You can see those gestures. Okay, it is dead. It just poof.
Since the Eater is no longer a threat, our work here is done. Return to your posts.
I had hoped to fight at your side today. But I'll continue to follow your example, and may we meet again.
I apologize for the wasted journey. It seems I overestimated the threat.
Well, something was
As for
gained
this
about this.
warrior of light, I do not know who would be brazen enough to take that mantle for his own. Whatever it may once have meant, it is forever tainted by the association with the Flood. The Exarch told me the truth of Ardbert and his comrades' deeds, and I am aware they played some part in your own triumph. But to most, they are synonymous with the calamity that befell this world. Still, if this man is minded to destroy Sin Eaters, I may forgive him his unfortunate choice of alias. But that is neither here nor there. I thank you for accompanying me.
Love Lena's
With that
voice
concluded,
actor.
Shall we return to the Crystarium? There is a proposal I should like to make.
Like, her voice actor has such a nice, soft voice.
Forgive me. There is one more thing.
Along with the accent.
A personal concern of mine. I had hoped you might have a moment to speak privately.
Hey, go. Shoo. Shoo.
Take your time. I shall go on ahead.
I will not mince words. This matter concerns the Exarch. Though his countenance belies his age, his demeanor never has. He has seen more than any man should and grown ever more weary with time. But I see I give the wrong impression. While it is true he attempted to open a letter with a salmon fillet the other evening, we are not here because I suspect his mind is deteriorating.
What?
Nor do I believe him to be so maddeningly unconcerned by the prospect of his own death as he once was. Indeed, the opposite is true. It is for this reason that I seek your advice. Since he returned from the Tempest, the Exarch is not as he was. He seems a different man. A younger man.
Oh my.
I know not the details of his research, but when I saw him at work recently, there was a glint in his eye that I had never seen before. He looked happy.
You mean like in love?
It was as if he had peered into the future and for the first time found joy there. Though it gladdens me to see him thus, I wonder if I should not keep my distance. I fear that my presence will only anchor him to the past. Remind him of all the pain that came before.
No, don't do that. Anchors keep us where we have chosen to be. He's lost without you, and he misses you. Well, I can't make assumptions on what he feels or what. Here, this is the safe answer. Personal, but not assuming.
Is that so? Then perhaps we might remain as we were. As we have always been. What a relief.
God, that even sounded...
In that case, I will have to speak with him about the amount of time he is spending at work. This research is important, I know, but if he refuses to consider his own health, I will have to consider it for him.
Yeah, you fucking tell him. Just like Americ likes to overwork himself, and then someone else has to tell him be like, come on, can you just quit your shit and just look after yourself?